First things first, ask yourself why you want to get into philosophy in the first place. Are you interested in some of life's greatest questions? Do you just want to impress people? Are you looking for a lucrative career? Just kidding, that last option doesn't exist. But reflecting upon why you want to do something in the first place will help to get a good game plan going instead of just vaguely wanting to get into philosophy. So okay, now that you have your reason, this video will help you achieve that goal of yours. But hold on there, cowboy. I know a lot of these videos just jump into book recommendations, but to make this journey as smooth as possible, we've got a roadmap to go through. Before the book recommendations that you're all so thirsty for, we're gonna first go through mindset and habits. And hopefully after this video, you'll feel confident enough to start your exciting philosophical odyssey. And later probably regret it. Hey, it's Paul from Philosophy Tunes, and this is my 100th video on the channel. Instead of using this occasion to stroke my ego, I thought it'd be more beneficial to make something that'll actually be of use to those out there. So without further ado, let's get into the mindset needed to have a good philosophical experience. Now I know what you're thinking. Mindset? What is this, a basketball game? Getting into philosophy doesn't require some specific state of mind to really succeed. Well, just consider these as suggestions based on the mindsets that I've incorporated when I read philosophy. The most important mindset or quality to have with philosophy is humility. Humility is important not only for reading comprehension, but also for personality. Let's start by talking about personality because that's the most interesting. I met a girl on a recent trip and I told her I was a philosophy major. She was disgusted. You see, she told me she hated most philosophy majors and that they acted so pretentious and like they knew everything. She said I was alright though. Now, I don't tell this story as a sort of, ooh, I'm special thing, but rather I do notice this interesting divide with philosophy majors, where you get students who are humbled by their reading and those who feel a sense of intellectual superiority. This is especially true on the internet, where many people desperately desire to be seen as smart and knowledgeable by a bunch of strangers. So personality-wise, if you want to link up with other people in the philosophy community, but don't want to feel intimidated or belittled or shamed, don't only be humble, but seek out other people with a similar mindset. In terms of comprehension, humility is equally as important. I'm sure you're smart if you're watching a video like this, no doubt about it. But philosophy is like learning a new language. It doesn't matter how well you did in school, it's gonna be new and strange and difficult at times. So before you go into a text, accept the fact that you may not fully grasp it, or you might even be bored by some stuff. Hell, I've made a bunch of videos on this channel and I'm still pretty hesitant to pick up certain texts. And I'd find parts of that text that aren't that interesting in comparison to other parts. I try to highlight those more interesting parts on the channel though, so subscribe if you're interested. Alright, so we've established that humility is a good mindset for getting into philosophy. Next I want to talk about determination, which I'm using as sort of a combination of patience and consistency. These texts can take a long time to read, but don't think the page number is all you need to learn to determine length. The time it takes to read a text is not only the page number, but the time it takes to comprehend. For example, the Confessions of St. Augustine has more pages than Kant's Prolegomena, but it took me more time to read the latter than the first because of the difficulty of the concepts. So you'll need to be determined if you want to get through some of this stuff. Alright, so we got our two mindsets here. Let's now get into some habits. First off, in order to help with a determined approach to philosophy, I suggest breaking up your reading time day by day instead of taking it in chunks. Like 10 pages a day might be good depending on your schedule. This is helpful in two ways. One, you could form a habit of tackling this less daunting task day by day. And second, it leaves you time to think on what you've read, because sometimes you read something super interesting where you just want to stop reading and think on it for a bit. Next, you should talk to people about these ideas, don't just keep them isolated in your mind. I'd highly recommend doing this with a group of close friends who are also interested in this stuff, as opposed to the toxic environment of certain social media platforms. I know that's a little ironic coming from a YouTuber like me. And finally, go outside and live. Some, if not most, of life's greatest insights are not found in a book, but out there in the world. Applying what you've read to your experience in life is what it's truly all about, in my opinion. I know it doesn't fit the caricature of a scholarly philosophy student huddled up in a room full of books. But go out and party, go out with friends, go date, go travel, go live life, and you might find yourself more satisfied than if you just spent your time with the books. But okay, we finally got to the book recommendations. Now the conventional answer that everyone, including me, kind of agrees with is to start with the Greeks. Start with Plato, get a good, easy to read translation, and move on from there. But I also recognize that you may not have the time or interest for a full comprehensive deep dive into every aspect of philosophy. Hell, maybe you're still on the fence about even getting into philosophy and want a good intro book that'll test your interest. So look, if you want to do the conventional big brain philosophy student method, then start with Plato. But for those who are casually interested or even just possibly interested in philosophy, then allow me to introduce the Philosophy Tunes Philosophy Trial Run Experience. To start with, a lot of people I know caught the philosophy bug with this, Albert Camus' novel The Stranger. Yes, it's a novel, yes, it's fiction, but it's written by a philosopher and can generate a lot of food for thought. Bonus, it's short, so it's not some major commitment. Now, if after reading The Stranger you desire more philosophy, I would suggest reading Plato's Symposium. It's written in a dialogue form, so it's got a bit of narrative to it, but it's also got philosophical arguments that you could see develop. Bonus, it's also short. Plus, it's a text discussing an issue we could all relate to, love. Now, after the Symposium, you could either go down that hardcore philosophy route we discussed earlier, or you could take a more casual route. If you want the casual route, I'd suggest getting a good history of philosophy textbook, reading through it, then reading more into the philosophers you find interesting. And after that, I think my work here is done. Let me know which route you'd consider taking getting into philosophy, and let me know if this video was helpful in any way. If you have any further advice for those new to philosophy, then comment below. If you enjoyed the video and the way I do content, then subscribe. And with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day.